right. What up? Dang, Kevin, already here. So me and Evie were literally, I was literally looking at StreamYard to test my camera for my laptop. It's crappy, and I'm out here in the sunroom. And while I was doing that, I hit the sub tab or whatever on my YouTube and saw that Evie was running sprints right now. And literally her sprint was not set up when I went into StreamYard, and then I refreshed and I saw it, and I'm like, Evie, I literally was about to run sprints. And she's like, okay, well, just run your sprint. And I'm like, okay. So I just set one and said, we'll just do it together. Since we were both going to sprint, we're both going to be reading. So welcome anybody who's here on this. There's so much going on. There's no way to not run afoul of the thousands of things that are being scheduled for right now. Yeah. Between now and tomorrow at midnight, everyone's running their own thing. Yeah. So it's just sorry, I'm running afoul of people's things. But I need to read. Evie needs to read. Just trying to chillax.
I'm reading an Allen book, so everyone should be reading an Allen book.
Though, Evie, recently you have not hated the books that I have read. We both appreciate the beautifulness of the way Parker writes, whether we like the books or not.
Wait, was there a book that I didn't like that you?
I mean, we tend to like the opposite ones. We tend to, especially with the novellas and the short stories. Every short story, I'm like, dang, this one was awesome. You were like, I gave that one 3 stars, and then I'm like, I hated this one. You're like, that was my favorite one. I'm like, oh,
The Sun and I, baby. It's a great one.
Not that I've got one more before that. I've only got 2 more short stories and 1 more essay in academic exercise before I'm done. And then I'm going to start his new one. I got an arc of the skin. It's something about skin.
A new collection or a new novella?
Yeah, there's a new novella collection coming out in March called Skin of Our Teeth or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
and it has, at the end of it, it has another epistolary novella. And I loved Purple and Black, so I'm so excited to get to it. It's called Relics. I'm so excited to get to it. Now, I probably won't like it as much Purple and Black, but I am excited to get to it because, I want to read Father of Lies, but I have to read this before March because I stupidly got an arc. So I'm going to come back to Father of Lies. I do like how Academic Exercises is organized. It's not just a random collection. It's all thematically linked. It's all talking about the academy and the magic and stuff. So
yeah, so I admit, when I first started, I'm like, I don't I can rationally understand the power and greatness of KJ Parker's writing, but I was like, I'm not connecting. This seems very repetitive. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go instead of what is it? How it was published in the collection. Yeah. I decided to go chronologically by when they were originally published in short story magazines, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. So I went I flipped back and forth. And
where did you find that?
I just went to Wikipedia and I went to KJ Parker's website.
Oh, I should have done that also. That would have been cool.
It was, I think, for whatever reason, that worked so well for me.
Very cool. Very cool.
I am very excited to read 16 Ways to Defend a Walled City after having read On Sieges because I want to see what he does.
So I literally, when I was in rehab, I read On Sieges. I literally, or I guess I didn't read it when I was in rehab, but I sent it. I scanned it and made my history class read and respond to On Sieges while I was in rehab. And then one kid loved throwing beehives in the sapper tunnels. That's my favorite freaking thing. Andrew, I know it's good. Why are you reading it before anyone else starts it on July 1? I don't understand. You literally know everyone's going to be reading it in July. Why are you trying to finish it before anyone else starts it? I don't understand that. I know it's good.
He's gonna read the entire Engineer trilogy by the end of January as well. So
Under My Skin, that's what it's called. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
It is not important to finish academic exercises at all. They're completely separate. None of them are related. But like all of academic exercises is related, kind of. And I'm assuming all of Father of Lies will also be related. Under My Skin, I have no idea. I know Downfall of the Gods will be in there, which I've read. Let me look.
I think My Beautiful Life is in there as well. Or maybe that's in Father of Lies.
Yes, I think My Beautiful Life is there also. I think you're absolutely correct. And it's I enjoyed My Beautiful Life. My Beautiful Life is one of the most depressing of the novellas for sure.
And of course I really liked that because I was like, man, this is actually.
Oh, did you read My Beautiful Life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Wasn't that depressing? It's so depressing. I was just like, ugh. Under My Skin. So let's see. Yeah, a new novel-length tale. Relic. 700 bloody pages. You're killing me here. So it's got Mightier Than the Sword, which is one of my favorites. It's in there. My Beautiful Life is in there. Okay, so Downfall of the Gods is in Father of Lies. So this one has Mightier Than the Sword, My Beautiful Life, Prosper's Demon, The Big Score.
Inside Man, probably then?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised that it wouldn't have Inside Man in there as well. But I guess we'll see how it's thematic. But then Relics is the last one. So it's got a bunch of, I wonder if there's any stories, or like essays. Hold on, someone's already read it. I'm reading their review real quick.
Did you order the physical copy from Subterranean Press?
Oh, 100%. Yes. Because if you do, if I want to own it, I need to order it now, because otherwise it will be expensive
to find.
Yeah. Oh, yes. This dude said Relics is really good. Yes. Big Score, which is Salinine, is Prosper's Demon, and then other things that I don't.
Oh, Big Score is probably the one that I was thinking of. Because I just bought the ebook of Big Score the week prior, and I was like, Dad, come it!
This guy says it's the strongest Parker story collection. It's the best of the three. So that's cool. Anyway, we're talking about something that literally 3 people care about, and that includes me and you.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, Fall of Babel. Pete likes Fall of Babel, which is good. Sorry, I got to catch up. I was literally complaining about people who don't click comments fast enough. So I'm going to fly through these real quick. So if you made a comment, don't worry. I'm coming for you. We got it. Yeah, hopefully this will motivate. Yes, you can see the Christmas tree. Guys, check it out. Oops. Check it out. There's the Christmas tree.
Yes. So now you don't have to set up a live stream.
Correct. So you can see how long it stays up there.
All right. I literally just ordered Under My Skin. So
nice. That's awesome. I am excited to I'm excited to read it. I don't like your drum is ahead of tempo. Not my tempo, Andrew. Not my tempo. I mean, I have no idea. I have a Kindle Paperwhite. Okay, hold on. What's the bone? What's the bone to pick with me? Everyone I know has, but I haven't. I didn't like Sword Kaigen enough to get a special edition.
I gave it 2 stars.
Thank you, Jimmy. Okay, first of all, I had no idea that y'all were reading it. First of all, I told Jimmy about this book when I started reading it. He's like, I have that book. He didn't tell me he was reading it later. It is quite good. It is. So I don't understand this thing that authors do with gritty military, realistic fantasies, especially I don't know. And it's realistic. It is realistic, but I don't care about any of the sex stuff. I don't care. Stop being gross. Everyone, I don't care if everyone at the time would have thought about where they're gonna do it next, because they're on a long voyage or they're soldiers and that's how soldiers think. I don't care. I don't care. It's fiction. Oh my gosh, this book is so good and just like marred by and it was written in 1995 when this was like significantly more common. And like and like there's sexual assault in war. I get that. That's not really even what I'm just complaining about. Like there's always like the bad guy is always that is commander who's like, oh, and he had to have this girl and he's a noble, so of course he can, and oh, and she hated him and that made it even better. And I'm like, why are there always characters like this in these fantasy books? I'm just like, this is marring what is otherwise a much more expansive, like really interesting military, religious, political intrigue novel that is spanning like a continent, as the Murdochs, which are basically the Ottoman Turks, have like raised Constantinople, and it's really good, except for that stuff. I'm just like, stop, Paul Kearney.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I feel
I'm aware of this, Andrew. I assume that people would be able to go to that at 8 anyway.
I feel like I don't want to say it's a lazy way, but I'm going to say it's a lazy way to kind of portray things. Like there are better ways to portray something as like whatever the author is trying to portray, other than by like, oh, evil villain guy wants to rape and pillage everyone.
So Evie, there's a character in this book who is literally, she's disgusting. Like, oh my gosh, she's literally just this noble woman who is, like every time she's on the page, there's some sexy time going on, and she's just so gross about it. And what he's doing is he's trying to, because the woman flat out says it, like, she like this, and I'm going to let you go ahead and figure out what this is. What she just says, this is the only power I have. And I get it, like of the time, like the only power women could exercise at certain times was using their bodies, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who did that really well without being gross? John Williams in Augustus. Like that same point was made elegantly and without being disgusting.
Yep.
And so it's just not handled. Like it's just not handled well at all. It's just so gross.
Have you read any of the Elric books by Michael Moorcock? Okay. He is.
She also gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's not gross.
He's not explicit, but like every single female character on the page is either damsel in distress or like, haha, I'm going to like be villainous and destroy this man. And both of them are just like, I'm gonna bane Elric.
I mean, it's classic fantasy for you.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Like I understand the concept of doing that. I do not enjoy the way that Paul Kearney does it. So when I say better, obviously I mean in my opinion, Jimmy. Yeah, I like it better. I don't like explicit sex stuff, period. Like I think you can make that point and wield it without being, I don't like explicit, like I just don't like it. Like I don't ever read a book and say, oh, there's explicit sexy time in this. I really thought this enhanced my experience of reading it. Like never, not even one time.
Wait until you read Robin Hobb. Literally, I'm
letting you know. There is not a scenario in this world where I'm going to read an explicit sex scene and be like, my reading experience was enhanced.
It's not like explicit, but I'm pretty sure I sent a voice message to Derry or someone, and I was like, apparently Robin Hobb is the only one who can make me enjoy reading a sex scene without cringing.
I just don't like the problem is I don't care. I want these characters to be doing anything except sitting around and doing it. Like I want them to do something else. Like fine. Like y'all have a relationship, that's cool. I understand people do that. That's fine. I don't care. I didn't pick this up to read about your private life. Like go do something. I didn't pick this up to like I don't want to peer into your boudoir. Yeah, Shogun. I think it's being hosted over on the Grimoire.
Yeah.
No, I'm liking the book a lot. There are just sections of it that I just do not enjoy. So, oh yeah, you and your satyr plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's like if you read Hogwarts Voyage, tell me if it's not like gross to you. It just grosses me out. I'm just like, ugh, stop talking about things as carnivorous flowers. Like, just stop. So gross. Like, it's so gross. I can't take it. It's just so gross. The one in the bathtub. Yeah, I mean, again, like there's nothing wrong with like I don't know. Like I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't read it. I don't read it to get the full human experience. Like, here's the thing. Like, the problem with talking about the full human experience is like that's saying that people, like, a bunch of books don't describe people using the bathroom, and like people don't sit witch and moan like, oh man, I did not get enough like toilet use in my fantasy book. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with like, man, I sure wish there had been more of what people were eating. Like, that's George Martin's thing in Dance with Dragons. I know everything that everybody ate every single second. So it's like, I don't need the whole human experience. Like, I understand that people go to the bathroom, and I understand that people have have desires.
Relations.
Yeah, and want to have relationship with people. That's fine. Like, I just don't want to read about it. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I tune in to read. But the romance genre is booming. So there are plenty of people who do, and there are plenty of people where there are plenty of things where it doesn't attract. Like, it doesn't, like the stuff in Malazan for the most part doesn't detract as much as it does here in this particular book. And it doesn't always detract. Like, obviously I read books where that's in there. But
is this a bad time to bring up Trader's Blade?
I mean, I don't like. The problem is everyone like acts like I don't also think that chapter's bad. Like, that chapter's bad. I don't understand why it's there. We don't need it. It's the weakest chapter in the whole quartet. So I agree.
Stupid. It's so stupid.
I agree with you. It's stupid. I know. For me, yes, because I mean, like. Oh yeah, Charmaine. For me, it is. I'd rather see someone chopped up. Like, I'd rather see some graphic military violence than explicit like doing it scenes, because that's what grosses me out. Now, I'm sure there are people for whom it's reversed.
It's true. I feel like with violence, there's still plot going, but I feel like whenever there's sexy time, I'm like, let's get back to the plot. But that's me.
So yeah, there is a lot of sexy time in Shogun. That's true. And guess what? Those are the parts of Shogun I don't like. Look, Sal disagrees. So Sal says this is better. I so strenuously disagree with that.
Well, Sal's a romance reader, so different strokes for different folks.
Jimmy, do you need to come on here and defend your position? This is true. I wish this so much. Like, Tigana, if those two scenes in Tigana were not there, man, Tigana would be so good.
Oh snap! Darius setting down the hammer.
Oh, I'm not knocking people who like those books. I'm just saying that I do not enjoy that. Like, it is not something that I enjoy in books.
Listen, Alan, we already know that you are a tyrannical leader. If you don't like something, no one else can like it.
That's true.
That is not the case. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. And people can like what they like. I just don't like it. I like military fantasy, and so when I see people being blown up by cannonballs, like that bothers me less than literally almost every like sexy time scene known to man, because it's just yucky. It's just yucky. That's just what I don't like. But regardless, guys, like this is not what this stream's going to be about. I was just saying.
I just showed up, so I don't even know what we're talking. I just joined the conversation. I'm just saying
that I enjoy this book greatly. I do not enjoy the weird sexy time stuff. If it does not bother you, then you will like this book a lot.
I just had a weird sexy time in here.
Hey, Robin Hobb!
I saw your thing on Goodreads that Robin Hobb does the like. When was that written in like the 90s?
It was early 2000s.
Yep.
But about the fat shaming?
2006. Yeah, that was that.
It's
but the thing is that's a common thing in fantasy. There's always the fat kid that everybody makes fun of in fantasy.
And it was like that in book 1, but in book 2, it's like this character gets fat and like their whole life goes to crap because they're fat. I'm like, that's not realistic.
Oh yeah, I mean that isn't realistic. I cannot tell you how happy I am with those hands that you're making everybody catch by reading Soldier's Son first.
Well, I wasn't gonna start Realm of the Elderlings. I thought about it. I'm like, it's too many books right now. I can't. Yeah.
Again, guys, you can feel however you like about those particular scenes in books. That's fine. And this is not new information for anybody. Like, I comment on every book I read. I'm like, ugh, why do I gotta do this? I'm not trying to take away your enjoyment of something. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing at all.
Alan, if you criticize someone else's joy in reading, you are criticizing themselves as personally.
Fortunately, no one on this stream is like that. But on the internet, there are certainly people who are gonna take that way. Fortunately, we don't have any frothing, rabid people on this stream. Just like I just didn't realize people were this passionate about this particular issue.
Wait, Rogue.
22 minutes later, we're still
Rogue 6. You've read Soldier Son trilogy. What'd you think of it?
No, I gotta plug in my computer. Hang on.
And Jay, I'm not trying to be Alan. I just didn't want to start a 13 book series? 14?
16?
16.
No. I can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, 16.
Yeah. I was like, I still haven't even finished The Expanse, and I read Leviathan Wakes in 2020. I'm like, let me finish that first. Oh no. And then there were
I guess I'm Alan now.
Congratulations.
I've been promoted. So what are you reading?
Forest Mage.
You're on mute, Alan. Oh yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I just meant to turn the camera off. I didn't actually mean to remove myself.
Derry, I will read Realm of the Elderlings, but probably not this year. This coming year.
How far into?
Thank you, Caesar. I hope it'll reach.
How far into Forest Mage are you?
I'm getting close to done.
Oh wow! Didn't you just start the first book last week?
Freaking Charmaine has torn through both of those books.
December is always my best reading month. I went through all of Inheritance trilogy last week.
How did you like that, by the way?
I liked it. There were some weird parts, but I liked it.
Times.
Yeah. That was a whole. Yeah. That took sexy time to a whole nother weird level.
I agree. The Beast.
Have you read it?
I have.
What? Oh.
I was talking about the Inheritance trilogy. Go ahead.
I liked the second.
Oh.
The second book was my favorite of the bunch.
Mine too. And the novella.
I feel like I need to reread because I'm like, I feel like N.K. Jemisin is too smart for me because I'm like, I understand what's happening, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the third book did a lot, but the second book was my favorite. And the novella. I really liked the novella.
I didn't like that too.
Derry. All right. Oh, I already answered Derry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, being able to talk about, like, you know, we can all have differing opinions on what we like in books. So I don't have a bunch of friends that like reading either. You read too fast, Charmaine.
Well, I'm audiobooking. Leviathan Wakes, Johanna. I actually liked Caliban's War better than Leviathan Wakes. So I don't know why I never picked up book 3, but I think book 2 was my favorite of the 2 that I've read so far.
All right, we should read. I'm determined to finish both this book and Shade of Madness before the new year. I'm reading the book I was talking about that sparked all the controversy. Me and Angela and Katrina are reading like 5 chapters a day and constantly like voxering back about like why is this weird stuff here? Like, you know, like me and Angela and Katrina are of a mind where weird sex stuff is just not like especially when it's handled badly. Like I don't think this is particularly well done in my opinion. I think it like pulls me out of the narrative, which I don't like. Meanwhile, I've got conclaves of kings, like conclaves of like cardinals from their you know, picking a new pope. We've got like them trying to defend a bastion against the Murdoch hordes, and the main or one of the main characters taking an expedition literally like to America to escape the Inquisition. They're taking all the wizards and this horrible nobleman to the land in the West that theoretically exists. They're freaking going to America. I'm like, cool. All that stuff. And then it's just like, it's just weird fantasy, you know, sexy times. So.
Is Angela enjoying it?
I mean, Angela doesn't enjoy anything.
On the Angela scale?
I mean, I think so, but the problem is it doesn't matter because like if Angela doesn't like even kind of like one thing in the book, she'll give it like, she'll take off like 2 stars. So this is the first time I've heard of this, Arian. Usually people say the third one's their least favorite. Anyway, let's read. All right, guys. So you guys can read what you want. If you like your sexy time scenes, may your books be full of them while you're reading. If you see my face go, that's what's happened in my book. Kevin, you started this argument.
Kevin.
I know. Kevin? Gosh. All right. What up?
I got a snack. Blueberries.
So I've never read it, but I have a copy of it. Yeah, actually, the copy I have is Christina's. I think she had to read it in school.
I was gonna say that does not seem like a Christina book at all.
Yeah,
it's not. She had to read it in school, and she's like, "Do you want this?" Because she was cleaning out her off her bookshelf for me. I'm like, "Yeah, I want that. Give me that." So it's on my shelf. I read. Like 14 pages, but I had to use the bathroom and take care of some other stuff. But I read 14 pages. About to have a siege, which I love. So that's exciting.
Got 18 pages.
Yeah, around the same. A character I like just came back, so I'm excited.
Nice. Joanna and Jimmy will probably tell you Blood Meridian.
I don't know why, what it says about me, but I am very intrigued by Blood Meridian and Child of God. Those are the two McCarthy books that I'm really intrigued by.
I keep hearing those names and I have no idea what they are. I just know that Alan was mad Johanna read it.
That Blood Meridian? No, I wasn't. I was just like, she just picks up out of nowhere. She's like, well, I can't read this and this, and then she's like, I'm just gonna read
Blood Meridian.
Nowhere. Johanna. Ogres, yes.
Wait, I've been trying to find Ogres because and I can't find the ebook copy anywhere. Do you have to buy it at a particular place?
I'm looking it up. No, it's on Kindle, like literally on Amazon. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
All right, I must be blind as a bat because I swear I didn't see that option.
You can't buy Kindles on the app. I don't know why.
Oh, that's probably it then.
Yeah. So, well, it depends. Do you have an Android phone?
iPhone.
You have an iPhone?
Yeah,
That's
iPhone.
weird.
You can't do it.
You
You have
can't
to go to the mobile desktop Amazon, or
So I guess Amazon's problem is with both iTunes or whatever the Apple Store platform is, and Google, because Google Play, where all the apps come from, and then the Apple Store where all the apps come from. We can't buy things you can't buy Kindle books off the app anymore. Like same thing with the Android phones. Like you have to literally go to the freaking website, which is so stupid, so dumb. So dumb. Nice. Fall of Babel. How is Purple Prince? I know Jimmy really liked it. I don't really understand why you can't buy it from the app. It's so stupid.
Are you saying it's maybe competing with like iBooks and Google Books?
No, it's Amazon. I thought that said you can't. Like I thought it was because like Google and like the iPhone store won't play ball or something. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So Amazon didn't want to do it. Really? Apple takes a 30% cut off of the Amazon website? The Amazon app? That's so weird. I can buy books off the app, but not ebooks. I don't know. That's
Amazon
weird.
getting a taste of their own medicine.
It is what it is. It's just, I don't know. Very cool. Oh man.
Yeah, I usually just go to the Safari mobile and go to Amazon.
Yeah, I don't have a yeah, I don't know. It's annoying because I always forget about it because I don't buy a bunch of ebooks, so I always forget about it. And then I go, I'm like, what? And I'm like, ugh. I go back and do it. It's annoying. Super annoying. What the crap, Google? Get over yourself. These people need to like get over themselves, y'all. So in the last section we talked about whatever. Now I'm gonna talk about more wholesome stuff. So Christina and
Sharon.
and now her family. What's up, Sharon? Me and Christina, and we showed it to her family too. We are watching the most wholesome show on Netflix, and it is called Old Enough, and it is where it's a Japanese show, and it's just like clips between 8 and like 20 minutes long of little kids like under 5 years old going on their first errand like by themselves.
Oh, I've seen clips of that.
It is so wholesome. And like when literally every show on Netflix now is beep 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 beep, beep beep beep, doing it, sexy time. Like that's it. That's the only shows on Netflix now, and it's so frustrating. Like
I watched Wednesday, no sexy time.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I'm obviously exaggerating, but but like watching 3-year-olds try to remember what they're supposed to get at the grocery store by themselves and come back with the right thing and not break down crying along the way. It's the most wholesome show on the planet. Yes, the best episode by far is the kid carrying the fish. Like I could not stop laughing in that episode. Anyway, it's so good. It's so good. Don't worry, Tori. I'm not trying to broadcast over your thing.
Yes, they are in high school. I really liked it. It kind of gave me like Veronica Mars vibes, but like monster.
Okay. Veronica Mars. Have we talked about this before, Charmaine?
Yeah, I love Veronica Mars.
It's a good show. Have
It's
we
such a
bonded
good
over
show.
this?
We have.
Oh my god. Okay, season 3 is trash.
It is trash.
But seasons 1 and 2 are so freaking good. Oh my
gosh. Did they reboot that or with a?
They did, and I've only seen like the first 2 episodes of the new one. Like,
yeah, I haven't watched the new one. I'm scared.
It's like, hey, look, we're not on the network. Look at the words we can say and the things we can do. I'm just like, guys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They did that to another show I liked. Netflix did. I forgot. Oh, what was it called? It was a show where like oh my gosh, I forget. He was like the Secretary of State, and like everyone in like succession to the president got like, this happened in the first episode, so it's not spoiler. But everyone gets blown up, so he becomes the.
It's oh my gosh, it's like the remaining survivor.
Yeah, something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
But the first 2 seasons, yes, the first 2 seasons were so good, and then it gets canceled. But Netflix picked it up for the 3rd season, and it was just like a completely different show. They're like, look at all the things we can add to the show now.
I don't understand why. Like,
I'm like, the characters aren't even the same people now.
I just don't. I mean, I don't understand it. But Veronica Mars. First of all, Jay. On. My wife and I just finished rewatching Modern Family as well. A great show. I think it gets a little long in the tooth and stays at its welcome. But like the first 6 seasons, just really, really, really good. And then what Evie about Veronica Mars?
Oh no, I was just gonna say just in general about things that are picked up at different networks. I would imagine it's the same production company, so theoretically there should be consistency.
Well, there's not, because you have certain things that you can do on the network that you can't do on networks that you can on cable. And so
they have For Your Reign or whatever. So they're like, oh, let's go.
Well, we had to write a line that didn't include the F-bomb, but now we don't have to think about that. Yeah. So what if instead of trying to write
lazy way out?
Yeah. So they let loose, but they don't think about the consistency for the viewer. Like, wait a minute.
Okay, Phil Dunphy is hilarious, Jay. Hilarious. I love Phil Dunphy. WTF? Why the face?
Phil Dunphy and Luke were my favorite.
I liked Baby Luke. Grown up Luke is
I didn't watch all the seasons though. I think I fell off at like season 4.
Oh,
5.
it's great. Anyway, Veronica Mars is amazing.
Yes, it is amazing.
And
someone asked if they should watch it, and yes, you should.
Yes. And Veronica, both of her boyfriends are toxic, and she needs to get
this is. I remember when we talked about it, we were arguing over like Logan, I think.
Are you're one of the Veronica X Logan people, aren't you? He's so toxic, Charmaine.
This is what teenage Charmaine said. Yes. I don't know what adult Charmaine would say.
My students that watch Veronica Mars love Veronica X Logan, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, so toxic.
Probably.
I did know this. I actually almost said it just a second ago, Jay. I did know that he's very, very smart.
But the greatest high school ship is Lizzie McGuire and Gordo.
Yeah.
Team Gordo. So as we know, Team Gordo. Screw all other people.
Since you guys like Veronica Mars, have you guys seen The Good Place?
I have seen the first season of The Good Place. The problem is like, I loved Kristen Bell in Veronica Mars. Like, that's the first thing I saw her in, and I was obsessed with Kristen Bell. And then she was like, I was just like, why do you love PETA? And why are you vegan?
She loves sloths.
She does love sloths. I love her in sloths, and I also really like her in Frozen. So I still really like Kristen Bell. But then I saw like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and I was like, I just want to go back to watching Veronica Mars, where this wasn't a thing. But it's so good. I like Ted Danson in Good Place also, but I love Ted Danson in general. I actually like Ted Danson in literally everything he's done except Cheers. I don't like Sam Malone.
My husband finally got me to watch Cheers, and we watched the entire series, and it was fine. Like, I don't understand. Like, I watched the first episode of Seinfeld. I don't understand the appeal of Seinfeld.
I couldn't get into either of those either.
Yeah, it's Cheers.
They're very dry.
It's fine. It's a product of its time. Like, I don't find Cheers super great. I like Frasier way better. Because I just love how pretentious those two are, like Frasier and his brother. I don't like Seinfeld. I've never thought Seinfeld was funny, sadly. Sorry, Chase. Like, I don't think I understand Seinfeld. And the problem is like, everyone who like defends the show, and like all videos that defend the show, are always like, yeah, they're all terrible people, but it's like, no, I don't root for them. Like, they are all awful. I don't like any of them. But I like Frasier a lot, and I like Friends. Again, Friends and Seinfeld aired kind of simultaneously, so I don't really know anybody who liked both. You really were in one camp or the other. And Seinfeld people are always really mean to people who like Friends instead, as you're about to see in the comments right now. All the Seinfeld people are about to like knock on Friends.
I wish Katrina was here. One of my favorite sitcoms was Living Single. Katrina used to love that show.
Seinfeld was on, Jay, like in the prime time of my sitcom watching life. Well, maybe not. Maybe slightly before. But I love Frasier. I love I love David Hyde Pierce. And I like after Frasier gets his haircut after season like 1. I hate his hair in season 1. You are one of the rare ones. I have rarely met people who like both. Now, How I Met Your Mother was the prime of my sitcom watching life, and I watched it from episode 1 to the last episode.
I cannot get.
I watched every episode.
What's his face? What's his name? Ross, but worse.
Oh, Ted. Ted's the worst. Ted's the worst. But the problem is, I've always been a huge Neil Patrick Harris fan, like huge, like even back to Doogie Howser when I was a kid.
The best part, him
and then for sure.
His face?
Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall. They were the best part of the show.
Marshall is a wonderful human being, and is really the best part of the show. Ted is miserable, just miserable.
If he wasn't like the main focus of the show, I probably would have watched.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I love Marshall. So I love that show. We've rewatched it recently. It doesn't really hold up past, like, the later seasons are just not good. Not great, rather. Ted
Malcolm
is
in the Middle. That was a good
show. Never watched Malcolm in the Middle.
I used to love Frankie
Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hang on, y'all carry on. I think we're gonna order food.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, I loved Frankie Muniz.
I
sadly UPN
never seen. I just know like the scenes that the memes are from.
The death of UPN and WB was like a blow to sitcoms, because then we got the CW, and what is that?
Yeah, Riverdale and
Arrow,
and
Smallville.
And, I mean, hot take: Netflix is just turning into CW 2.0.
It's gone pretty bad. I mostly watch K-dramas on Netflix now.
What's the oh crap? There was one that I have saved and I just haven't watched yet because I basically just watch YouTube when I'm watching TV. So
I did not watch Vampire Diaries. I'm not a vampire person.
Vampire Diaries, I admit, was my guilty pleasure.
Tori. Yes. I just watched a really good one, and I think Alan may like it. It's like one of the non-romancy ones. It's called My Country. It's about it's a military one, and it's about the revolution from the Gorgo Korea to Joseon Korea. So like it's like based off of what family was in charge of the king, the royal family. So it was about like the revolution from one royal family to another, but it's told through the eyes of like these two soldiers. It was really good.
I literally clicked reorder, Jay. I clicked reorder. I clicked reorder. Boop.
But yes, Tori messaged me.
Yeah, same thing.
Did you get Zaxby's? Or
no. Outback? I haven't had Zaxby's in a hot minute. No, I got Jimmy John's. I'm tired of eating out. I've eaten out so much. And I know, I mean, it's just easier because Christina has to do everything. And I'm in the stupid things. We have to eat out a lot. But I'm just trying not to eat a bunch of unhealthy crap. Like Jimmy John's is, I mean, it's better than grease, I suppose.
Okay.
Tori, I know you have a live at 8. Do you want to come join us? Until then, you can come hang out with us and then be like, I gotta go, guys. So I thought Jimmy John's was solid, like B tier. I had literally once me and the students, we held a council to determine the tier list of all Subway, of all like sub sandwiches. And it was a heated debate.
Was Jersey Mike's on there?
It was. I don't know where it ended up, but like Pub Subs, was gunning. Pub Subs was gunning like Public Subs was gunning for like S tier, but someone said it gave them the meat sweats, and I said,
like Publix
what?
is in like the grocery store.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Huh. Yeah, they have their deli has sub sandwiches, and they're really, really good. And someone said there's meat sweats, and I'm like, what are meat sweats? And they're like, it's when there's too much meat, so you sweat. I'm like, that's not a real thing. So we had to form a subcommittee to determine the validity of meat sweats. And
I've heard the phrase, but I never physically had them.
Yeah, well, the subcommittee determined that meat sweats are not a thing. Therefore, Pub Subs went to the ST. I mean, sorry, subcommittee to determine the validity of meat sweats determined they were not a thing. So you're gonna have to take that up.
Challenge
with the next Congress. Yeah, see Pub Subs.
We don't have Publix here.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, we don't have Publix like in the southeast rather.
Yeah, I am the Southwest.
Okay, pretty much everyone unanimously agrees that Subway is F tier. Subway is trash tier. Subway is the worst.
So bad.
It's just bad. It's not good. Firehouse is too greasy. Anyway, did Tori say she wanted to come on? I may have missed it. I did not. But anyway.
She did. I sent her the link.
Oh, you did? Cool. Anyway, we should read. What are we flipping?
Wait, we should probably stay until she gets here, and then we can talk.
You're right. It's only been 20 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Subway is such trash. Like, it's such trash. It's so bad. Subway is so bad.
Hello.
Happy 15K? Wait, I don't know how to read numbers.
1500.
Yeah, there you go. 1500.
15K. I was gonna say how? Like, tell me your secret. I capped 9K last night and then went back like 30 minutes and refreshed it, and it was 8999. It's like someone hated me.
Oh, you're on mute.
Hello.
It's not real, Chase. That's why it smells so bad in Subway.
Subway
smells like plastic.
Look, Subway doesn't even care. They're just like, look at like how slapdash everything is, and it doesn't taste good. And I like Firehouse, but it's so greasy. And also, I always forget to be like, do not put your nasty pickle anywhere near my freaking food. Pickle is the arch nemesis of food, because it's like a plague, because it contaminates everything it touches. Anything
That's
else,
pineapple.
Anything else, and that's fine. But once pickle touches the flipping bread, sorry, there's nothing to be done. It's absorbed it. Like, it's like groundwater. I freaking hate.
But
I hate.
Back to Emily's comment. Potbelly subs is really good.
I don't know what that is.
We have a really good one about 30 minutes from where we live, and we stop there pretty often, and they're always really friendly.
Yeah.
I need to yell at my children. They're being really noisy.
They have like the hot peppers that you can put on top. So.
Okay, the nearest Potbelly sub to me is...
Chase, I don't hate pickles and pineapple. It's just they have to be isolated. Like, if they can't touch foods unless you want that food to also taste like pineapple or pickle.
Yep.
Because I do like pickles on my burgers.
I cannot find. Okay, so there are no Potbellies in the entire state of Florida.
The nearest Potbelly to me is in Burlington, which is like 45 minutes away.
I'll let y'all know that.
Well, if you ever come to Arizona, or where are you, Tori?
Minnesota. Siberia.
Arizona or Minnesota. You can go to Potbelly.
Yeah.
On Florida. Surely you've got one in Florida. Oh, you don't? Well,
not even in the other half of Florida? Second Florida?
Okay, well, no, I'm clicking on it, and it's not really acknowledging anything, because it didn't say there's anything in Arizona either.
There's one right by my work.
Oh, it does not acknowledge that. Okay, I had to type in Phoenix. There's plenty in Phoenix. Dadgum. Yeah, there's none in Florida at all. Well, your experience is not valid.
You're close enough to Alabama. Check Southern Alabama.
I'm not driving to Alabama to get subs.
It's for science. It's for research.
It could be for research. That's true.
Melissa, the Potbelly you're talking about in Rochester is the one that we go to. Because I'm like literally 35 minutes from the Mayo Clinic. So.
Do y'all hear Tori's kids reciting their military? I
swear. So when I said that I was having my troops stand down for our holy war,
that's what they're doing.
You should be scared.
I'm not.
One child army versus another.
A stiff breeze.
Right. 1 second.
A stiff breeze will blow them over. But my child army will just be doing this.
They're crafting strongly worded tweets against Tori.
Strongly worded tweets. Freaking people. So, Tori, what are you reading?
I'm getting closer. I'm almost done.
With what? Wuthering Heights? Oh,
well, that too. I have less than an hour left. Finally, I'm getting there. I'm gonna finish it.
Tori hates Wuthering Heights, confirmed.
Hate isn't the right
We're
word.
gonna have a discussion about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much because I'm gonna have a discussion with Evie about it. Hate isn't the word I would use, and my children are hooligans. I apologize. Do
you enjoy the moors?
Like the environment of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is on the moors.
Yes.
Hey, bud.
The environment is nice.
Buddy.
But that's all I will say right now because I don't want to spoil our discussion. And I'm very excited about it.
Wait, okay, hold on. Wait. I got Is that
Scourge?
No, that's Claudius, right?
Yep, it's Claudius.
It's Claudius?
He's huge. He's
almost
almost 12.
Very big.
Spurge has lighter colored eyes, right? Like more green.
Yes, Spurge has lighter eyes and a bigger head.
And he has a more smushed in nose.
Yeah.
Has he gotten calmer or no?
Who?
He's still getting in trouble. Yeah.
Oh,
Claudius.
He's always attacking his brother, but yeah, he's a little calmer. He's very chill. Spurgeon will not let me do this for this long. But he's whatever. You all right, bud?
Is Spurgeon more independent?
Yeah.
Those are the craziest cat eyes I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, his are more orange, I think.
Yeah, his are darker. Their eyes range in color from like copper to like Spurgeon's are more like gold. Claudius are copper.
Where mine went.
They're so handsome.
He's a handsome kitty. They both like Samson more than they like each other.
Aww. Well, who cannot like Samson?
I mean, Sam's the best.
Hi, Tori.
Oh, she went to go deal with her children, I think. Yes, the fog on the moors.
Does Samson like the cats? Does he
Oh,
chase
yeah,
them around?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. So
Sharon, I'm reading Forest Mage.
Anyway, let us. Did you handle it? Did you just tussle? Like, did you just get in a wrestle with children?
Hashtag mom life. Yeah, basically.
We're
More
good, guys.
hooligans. Quiet down. Yeah.
So you will be reading Deathless Beasts.
I'm almost done. I'm gonna finish it before January 1st for sure. Yeah.
Angela and Katrina and I have been reading five chapters a day, but the problem is we've all gotten behind. But we're set to finish it tomorrow if we read 5 chapters today and 5 chapters tomorrow. So I'm set to finish this. I want to finish this and Shade of Madness before tomorrow.
Nice.
Or before the end of the day tomorrow. Though realistically, I'll probably finish Shade of Madness in the early afternoon on the January 1, but I don't care. I'm counting it as the previous day. Like if you read the last 30 pages of a book on January 1, it doesn't count that you read it in January. You read that freaking book in December. Yeah. So
it's fine.
My hope is, my aspiration is to finish this by Monday so I can start Fool's Quest, but I don't think that's happening.
Word. And Charmaine is reading Forest Mage.
Sharon, I'm reading City of Last Chances by Adrian Tchaikovsky.
How is it so far?
As I was telling Alan before we went live, it is like the prose and like the world building is very Malazanian of what I've read. I've only read Gardens of the Moon.
Yeah.
You know, caveat there. But
good.
It's it's a lot denser. The prose is a lot denser, and like the the storytelling is a lot denser than I expected. But that's not bad. Like it's so I'm taking my time with it, and there's a lot to ponder and figure out, and once it all comes together, I'm hoping it'll be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I agree, Katie. All right, guys. So, I mean, I'm reading the first third of it next month sometime. So anyway, let's read, guys. Let's do it. And Charmaine, you still reading Forest Mage?
Yep.
Where being fat ruined your life?
Yeah, it's the downfall
Of
anyone.
All right, let's do it, guys. I'll even come back some. Tori has a chance to talk before she's got to jet off.
I woke my dog up with that. Hi, Christina.
Has anybody read this?
I haven't, but I know that is that part of like the Shadow of the Wind or whatever series?
No, it's the same author, but it's a different series.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm looking for a book to read, and I have this book, and I've never read it. It was given to me a long time ago.
She doesn't want to read it if it's too dark, but so I'm trying to see if
Anybody know if it's dark? Hello, all the people in the comments, Andy and Pete.
I don't know about this.
I haven't read it.
Wait, what? Oh. Well, what do you think? What do you think about it, Ben?
Ben, what do you think?
Is it a good Christina book?
Tell us what you think, Ben, and tell us in a Scottish accent.
Jennifer says it's the same series.
Oh, it is?
Kind of dark.
Oh, do you need to read the other one first?
I thought, weren't they kind of like connected standalones? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's got dark moments, but it's like a Del Toro film.
Del Toro? Like Benicio Del Toro? Like the actor?
No, like Guillermo Del Toro.
Oh, like, that's weird.
It's
that means that it's weird. Like, have you seen Pandora's Labyrinth?
Jason's not thirst to be sure.
He's not talking about that book. He's talking about freaking Cormac McCarthy's The Road, which is definitely too dark.
I do not like The Road. Jason gave me nightmares.
So it's a bit heavy. You should find something that is not quite as heavy. Find something riveting. If you want something riveting, you literally pick something that's described as riveting. Surely there's something. Don't be sad. Read it if you want. You asked me.
YouTube it.
Yeah. The cool thing is I have it in Spanish too, so I could read a chapter in Spanish and then read it in English.
Okay.
Except I don't know enough Spanish to really be able to understand it, which is why I need this.
If you want to read it, you just ask me. Or go back to the drawing board. Go find something off my shelf. Read Jingo.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know. You were in the middle of it.
Listen, Alan, you tell her to read a bunch of books that you recommend, but have you yet to read Anna Green Gables?
No, but she didn't have content she's got to create. Like she's been reading Jingo for 6 months.
I think everybody would love to see some Anne content, honey.
I told you to go read Anna Green Gables. You didn't want to.
No, you.
Oh.
You reading Anne.
That's in. That's one of the things in the picture of punishment is you got to pick a book.
It should be a punishment, Alan.
The problem is I don't want to read it. And so because I don't want to read it, like it has to be. Like I have to be forced to read it.
Someone needs to write like an Anna Green Gables remake with a war.
Look, Andy just found me out. I only make videos for the views. That's why I read crap no one's heard of.
You can tap into the classic views.
Yeah. Classic Booktube is pretty.
No, they'll get mad at me. I'll be like, what is wrong with this girl?
Listen,
didn't
if you
understand
have it. There's an implication that you have problems with Christina. So
no, it's not. Tori, how much did you read any? I read none. I was tinkering with Discord and then talking to Christina, and we were getting our food.
I read 60 pages.
You read 60 pages in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, how?
A third of that.
I'm a skim reader.
What are you a skim reader?
I have been since I was a kid. I read really fast. I read like 350 to 450 words a minute.
That doesn't mean anything to me. When people are like, my novel's like 150, I'm like, that means nothing to me. You got to tell me pages, which apparently 60.
So I can typically, if I'm reading it like
read 2 pages in a minute because you read 60 and 30.
Yeah, close to that.
It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
Depends on the book, in fairness. It really depends. Like when I read Gardens of the Moon in January, I will slow down.
That is ludicrous. Both versions, both the adjective
let me make sure. Yeah, 50 to 60, yeah. But I also had help, so.
Nice.
Kitties.
The font and margin size, Pete. I don't know how well you can see it. I mean, it's not like small font.
I think that's standard.
Yeah, it's standard. Yeah, I read 20 pages, so.
I got 14, so.
I read 0. So,
yeah.
I don't read books. Like, I don't know what my problem is. Like, all I want to do is read. And I cannot seem to run out of ways to waste time. Though I didn't waste time. I cleaned up the Discord and added Imperium and Shogun chats in preparation for January. So I did that. And then I talked to Christina, which is always useful. But I mean, it's just like, do I start sprints because I want to read, or do I start sprints because I secretly don't want to read? Is that why? So I can, yeah, I miss chat. Though there'll be some living room stuff also, but currently I'm out in the sunroom. It's kind of dark though out here. It's hurting my eyes. So I'm gonna have to go inside in a second. The problem is those bulbs above me are not bright enough. So I need like a lamp.
Yeah, I have a ring light right here because this area is like really dark.
Angela introduced me to Pomodoro Kitty, which is basically it's using the Pomodoro method. So you can set a time for when you want to do something and then a break. So you can always use that, or we can use that of like 30, 45 minutes of reading and then a 15-minute break, and you are set to that 15-minute break. So when it tells you to start reading or doing whatever you're doing again, you start when it tells you to.
Yes, Mike. Yeah, except does it stop me from ignoring it telling me to go back to reading?
No, but if other people are there, they can be like, hey, I want to...
They can say, hey, you have vastly underestimated my ability to ignore people telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Even things, in fact, especially things that I have asked them to tell me.
I don't think that meow is going to stop Alan mid-rant.
No, hold on. No, that is, I'm not going to make fun of you.
Don't embarrass me.
I'm not embarrassing you. So let me show you what Christina was about to read. And she doesn't understand. She thinks I'm going to make fun of her. I'm not. She didn't watch my video. This shows you my wife didn't watch my channel. Give me the book. Oh, Christina. No, I this is what Christina picked next. So chat, look at this.
I thought it was winking. I saw it behind you.
I think from everything I've heard about it, I think you'd really like this book. The reason I said that is because I said that I was reading the first third of this book in January. That's why I bought the MMPB.
Read it, Christina. Read it before him.
Right.
I think she really like it.
Christina and I have never read a book together, ever. You want to read it?
Read it. It's good. And it's like fantasy with all the fantasy things without being super dark.
It definitely won't be dark. Yeah,
That's what I want.
You can definitely hang. Okay,
It's
well then
good. It's
you
really
read
good.
slow. So we're just reading. Let me show you what we're reading to. And she can read the hardback because I ain't doing it. I ordered the freaking mass market paperback.
Call.
I wasn't making fun of you.
Alan, you're claiming about almost, gouged out her eye.
Hey, if you guys read it together, will you review it together?
That would actually be cool.
That would be awesome.
Oh, cool.
Do it.
An idea.
So we're just gonna read to here.
I definitely couldn't read any farther than that in a month.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm not sure I can either. But if you start it with me, I'm more likely to read it. And look,
When are you going to start it?
half of the internet, January, half of the internet is waiting for me to freaking read this book.
The internet.
Are you starting it on Sunday?
No, I'm
That's
just
January.
I'm going to read it, but it's not all January.
I need a head start.
You can start reading whenever you want. I'm just saying.
Start now.
I'm not start at January.
Okay.
So you're good.
So does this win the vote? Is this the best thing for me to read right now?
I mean, I think people will want you to read it. Andy doesn't like it because Andy's hipster.
I haven't read it, so but I want you to read it.
Evie doesn't like Sanderson, and it's fine. There's not. I mean, I can understand why people don't like Sanderson. He's not my favorite because I don't understand why he makes some of the writing decisions he does. Not plot decisions, like writing decisions.
Yeah, the dialogue can be questionable.
He also he's one of the most repetitive authors sometimes. Like, your book doesn't need to be that long. If you stop repeating yourself, you subtract at least 50 pages.
True.
Regardless.
I think even though we have varying opinions on Sanderson, I think we all just want you two to read a book together.
Look, I think Brandon Sanderson is like Christina's speed of fantasy. What I'm currently reading is definitely not, as are most of the books that just are like, hey, everyone's dead. Or
but she read Books of Babel and she loved that, right?
Yeah, but everyone dead in Books of Babel does it with like a dapper, ascot. So it never feels like Books of Babel never feels. It's like that's one of the things I love about Books of Babel is the contrast of the dark crap that's happening and the really we're in the parlor, eating scones, talking about marriage between our daughters, feel of the prose. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
but it never feels grim. It always feels upbeat, even though and then the cannon blew up that guy and the pieces went everywhere. You're just like, except he says it and then Jan Cannon came and tipped its hat and said, "Excuse me, sir," and rammed into its chest, and bones flew about like the crumpets after a cat overturned the coffee table in the living room. It's just oh crap. Anyway.
I mean, the nice part about Stormlight is even though the books are massive, they're not hard to get through. They're not dense.
Sanderson's
writing stuff.
Yeah, he reads pretty fast.
Yeah, he does.
Well-Ascension and Hero of Ages are both 700 pages, and I tore through them.
Yeah,
those are still the fastest books I've read, per page per day since I've been on BookTube, and he's just really easy to read. Not if it was hardback, which is why I got the mass market paperback. Because on mass market paperback, I can tear through it, and it'll make me feel like I'll be transported back to my Malazan days because that paperback is enormous, and that is how I read all the paper. So, anyway, if y'all don't like Stormlight, it's okay. But I think Christina,
I have no opinions on it.
Regardless,
I read the prologue.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I said I was going to try to read a third of it this month, maybe, but maybe not. But if Christina's reading it, I would like to. That'd be fun. We haven't read a book together.
Do it.
You guys doing a review of Way of Kings would blow up so fast.
Maybe, unless people were really mean to my wife, in which case, I would burn
in
the internet.
In which case, we would all torch them in the comments.
We would lead a revolution in defense of Christina.
I think it would be very amusing to watch our differing opinions, because I guarantee you I'm going to find stuff in Stormlight that I like that she's going to be like, "Nah, I didn't really like that part." I'll be like, "What? It's the most interesting part." And then she'll be like, I really like this boring part. And I'll be like, why?
Didn't you guys do the personality test for Stormlight?
We did. Yeah. We did do that together. Yeah, that's true.
I think me and Christina were both the same. And Katrina.
I am, Andy. All my channel is about them likes. That's why I haven't put up. That's why I've been waiting for the choice moment to put up my Hero of Ages review. I've been holding it back because I might get too many likes. So anyway, did you finish that book, Tori? I know you gotta go. Did you finish that book?
No, I still have a little bit left.
Oh,
I'll finish it tonight and tomorrow though, easily.
Well, y'all go hang out on Tori's live stream. Congrats on 1,500. That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm it's been a little crazy this last couple of weeks because I'm already almost at 1,800, and I set that up like 2 weeks, or I hit 15 like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So I don't know what happened, but it's working.
Up.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Congrats.
Well, have a good live stream. I will, if you're still going, I'll drop in after this hour. So
sounds good. Well, thanks for having me on, guys. And Charmaine, I will be hitting up your DMs to talk about K-dramas.
Yes.
It's gonna be
excited. Playing Wuthering Heights.
Yes, I will finish the audiobook probably tomorrow-ish.
I will ready my fisticuffs.
All right, sounds good. All right, see you guys later.
Bye. Bye, Tori.
Chris.
Probably. When she said that, I'm like, can you tell me how to get 300 subs in 2 weeks? Because took me 2 weeks to get 14.
Alan,
read Grace of Kings and do a live at Bookborn.
Well, I was gonna be more cruel and be like, release videos.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been on a normal release schedule. I have released 3 in the last week. Of course, I'm not at work.
So maybe actually, in all seriousness and genuinely, instead of doing like 3 in a week, maybe space them out and do at least like once a week. Even if you already have them edited, just schedule it for like at least do 1 a week, and then if you've already got stuff planned enough ahead, be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have an extra one.
So Bookborn and I are on a panel for like TBR Con.
I saw that.
And I think it's a panel about it's a panel about Booktube, like how to make a successful Booktube channel. And I asked Bookborn, I'm like, are we like a do and don't do like comparison? Because you put up one video a week and have 20K subs. I put up 3 a week on my Prime and can't cap 10. So like, is that is that what we're gonna do? So I'm the like, hey, put out a bunch of content and nothing, and don't have anything happen. Bookborn's like, look, work smarter, not harder. Put up 1 video and watch them roll in. Now, I'm obviously, before any like Bookborn defenders come in there, please understand, Bookborn and I are great friends, and I have said all of this to her face.
I will say, for whatever reason, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, or whatever makes subscribers grow, because as soon as I put out like that one video where I was like, oh, my year in review, I lost like 5 subscribers. I don't know what happened. But then everything steadily went up until that point. I'm like, I don't get it.
There's someone I've been following since like, it's not Booktube, but a YouTuber I've been following since like the early 2000s. And like, she hadn't posted in a year, and I saw her on my feed. She posted a video finally like a year later, and I'm like, oh yeah, she posted a video, and I still like enjoyed her channel and I watched it. But like, you know what? I still like her, even though she's an infrequent poster.
Please,
Hillary's videos are also about content that people theoretically give a crap about, like anything Brandon Sanderson or Andor or Rings of Power or all of these things that people care about, as opposed to anything I have to say. So
I will say, because for once I actually watched a full episode of Dear Dr. Fantasy last night, and it was the one with you, Alan, and
with me and Philip,
and I mean, the way Philip is doing it, he's just like, I just do discussions. I was like, yes, thank you. Like, just doing discussions. That's like, I don't know. I like that aspect.
Yeah, but Philip grabs all the intellectual crowd. Like, everyone feels smarter talking to Philip.
Are you trying to say that we don't feel smart talking to you?
Yes, like literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one ever, like, I'm never included in the like intelligentsia conversation about booktubers, because I am loud and say words like crap.
That doesn't mean that you're not intelligent or can't contribute to intelligent conversation.
Yes, I mean, I agree with you, but I don't I don't speak in an eloquent manner and use academic
Jargon.
language. Yeah, listen to the difference between the way like I talk and the way Philip talks. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that, you know, like
different strokes for different folks. Going back to what we're talking about sexy time books. So,
I agree.
You speak the language of the people.
It's true.
I do. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just slowly and Pete, I know. Guys, I'm totally kidding about subs. I don't care. Like I don't care, you know, like this isn't my job. And even if it was my job, if you reach the point where it's your job, like if you reach the point where this can become your job, you are almost on autopilot to where it is a self-sustaining machine. It's a perpetual motion machine, to where it really doesn't matter what you do or how often you do it. You're constantly going to be like gaining. Now, no, if we're talking about like the Romans or like ancient Greek, then I'll start using like language that no one understands. You know, then I'll start saying, you know, dumb stuff. But anyway, thanks. I actually really appreciate that. I'm just loud. Like I'm just loud. So no, I'm not saying anybody saying I'm dumb. I'm just saying, you know, people don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I'm glad you like the Dear Dr. Fantasy with Philip. Philip just is, you know, slowly gaining that. And also Philip's one of the nicest people on Booktube. So yeah. But yeah, Hillary's guards reviews still has like, you know, way more views than my guards. I'm like, Hillary, you don't even like guards. Like this is an injustice. This is an injustice.
Sam Vimes is rolling in his literary grave right now.
Look,
I don't even know if he's dead. But
I know that's true. I love Sam Vimes. Well, no, he's not dead in the books, but I mean, I guess he is now since no one ever going to write about him again. Thank you so much. That's true. Dang it, I'm caught between. This is my duality, both tyrant and revolutionary, and it's raining out here, and I'm so happy that I'm
I was
out
gonna
here.
say, is that like thunder?
That's thunder. That's thunder.
Nice.
Gotta love those random Florida thunderstorms that come around when it's super sunny 5 seconds before.
Yeah, for sure. See, I want to read again.
Sure.
I'm gonna have Christina. She's right here. She might join us. Christina, don't feel like you can't eat your sandwich and then touch that hardback. I do not protect my books like that. So you're welcome to have oily, salty, roast beef stained fingers and touch that hardback if you want. I don't care. Look at the dust check. The dust check is already ripped. And that was me. You didn't do it. I did.
To answer your question, Marcus, I am enjoying it. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, refer to Alan's review. Like that's really all I can say.
It's a hard book to talk about till you finished it.
Yeah.
Because all the pieces like just kind of fall into place or whatever.
I actually with the kind of like, it's not quite puzzly. Well, I guess it is a puzzle in the narrative structure, but like I'm curious how you would feel about the Chorus of Dragons series, which I haven't read yet, but I just know that Angela loves it, and it's like,
is that Ruin of Kings?
Yeah, she describes it as like a puzzle, giant puzzle.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it. Like no. Hillary has the most well-researched, and you know she scripts her videos because she doesn't want to miss anything. Like I've talked to Hillary extensively about how she does it. So look, Hillary puts way more time she puts way more effort into her videos. Well, into different parts of her videos, because there's nothing like spending 2.5 hours trying to find the right stupid video clip for a bit.
Those are important.
In the middle. I have spent over an hour looking for one before, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, is this funny enough?
Genius.
But then I do it, and I laugh at myself, as Christina will attest. She's nodding right now. Like she'll just be sitting there, she'll just hear me go, because I'm just laughing at something stupid that I put in the video. It is not written like Guns of the Dawn, Sharon. It is his prose is denser in City of Last Chances.
I've heard very mixed reviews on Ruin of Kings. People either love it or hate it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that same thing. Anyway, let's read. I'm gonna during the sprint actually probably. I know you're gonna read that. I'm so impressed that you went in there and picked that. Did you just find that? Like, how? Did you just think? Like, why did you pick that one? Did you read the back? Just grab it.
No, I remembered hearing people talk about Brandon Sanderson,
Gotcha.
I thought it would be one of the more accessible things for me on your bookshelf.
Yeah, you'll like that one better than you would like Mistborn. Mistborn is very grimy. You wouldn't like it as much. Anyway,
says the person who hasn't read Way of Kings yet.
Yeah, but no one has told me it's grimy. Like everyone talks about how, like, you know.
Everyone only talks about, oh, Kaladin is so cool.
No, people say, I heard that Kaladin Brandon Sanderson won't shut up about how depressed he is. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I hear that it is incredibly repetitive about how depressed Kaladin is, which is, I mean, fine. That's like my real life. It's me talking about how tired I am all the time.
You and me both, Kaladin.
I'm the tired Kaladin. Anyway, let us read. Let's read. Another 14 pages, Evie. You got this. Me too. I'm sitting there talking, I'm muted. I said I took away audio avatars like a dummy. It keeps like taking me out when I stop cam. It should just do this. But I unclicked audio avatars on accident. What the crap?
That was me, Alan. I'm so sorry. I thought
I know who it was. I was like, why did you mute?
I thought you forgot to mute yourself.
No, no, because it happened, and then I came back and was explaining myself, and I realized I was muted, so I unmuted myself to explain the thing that nobody heard the first time. That nobody. Right.
I think we could all read your lips, though, so we're good.
Morning, Mike. Good night, Kate. Oh, it's coming back on here.
I read this as finished crying, and I'm like, "Whoa, Jimmy, you okay?" So,
what is? I don't even know what that is. What is that, Jimmy? Crying a lot. Oh, crying a lot. What is that? Oh, Thomas Pynchon. I read several pages. I'm in a man. if you do not like nautical fantasy,
this will not sway you.
This man knows way too much about boats, and it's like ships where, like, if you're on the ship, all the chapters are on the ships, but the chapters on the ships, this man knows what every part of that ship is called. Like, this man has worked on a ship before. There's no way. There's a like alternate history series called The Destroyermen about in World War II over in the Asian theater. A U.S. destroyer gets sucked through like a time warp or like a dimensional warp and ends up in like America, but humans never rose to like the dominant species, and so there's like these like lemur cat people, and then these like alligator people. And anyway, you can tell the author worked on was a Navy sailor, because just the way he describes the ships. Like this guy, like I don't like he obviously wasn't like a 16th century pirate, but he definitely knows his way around boats, because like I like it, but I can imagine someone being like, "Oh my gosh, I do not care about what this boat is called." And I do not care, like, because they're in a storm right now, so like, you know, everyone's running around, and if you don't care, then all the stuff they're doing in the storm, you do not care. You do not know what any of it means. You don't know why that was bad. This thing that just happened. It's just, but it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, dang. I was just looking him up. He's young.
Who?
Paul Kearney.
Oh, is he really?
Well, he was born in 1967. That's young to me for a fantasy author. I don't know.
Yeah, he's born after he's younger than my dad. Yeah, he's only like 50.
It's a year older than my mom.
55? He's 55. Anyway, it's really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. What's on your shirt, Evie? And also, Jimmy, did you enjoy your Pynchon? Have you read Pynchon before? You know what? Evie, answer what's on your shirt. I should ask Christina, who read Way of Kings, what she thought of it.
Oh yeah, did you finish the prologue?
Let me think.
It's Patty's Irish Pub, South Philadelphia, the worst bar in America. If you've seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Finish the prologue?
It's from that. So.
Christina says she is very confused so far. She's only read like 9 pages though in the hardback, but she is done with the prologue.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Are you supposed to be confused?
I think we're all a little bit confused when we start a fantasy book.
That's true. That's true.
You gotta lay down the groundwork, see what's going on.
Nice.
I read like 30 pages.
3?
30.
How's
I read 10.
But
I also sent you a voice message about it, Alan. So I think that counts.
Yeah. How's your guy? Charmaine, is his life still ruined, or did he lose weight and his life better?
No, still fat.
Therefore, life's still ruined.
Yeah, he's just a delinquent now. No, I'm very torn. Like, I'm very interested in this story, but it's just like that one thing. I'm like, why does this have to be the catalyst of his downfall?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see how that'd be annoying. Yeah, my book's good.
It's really good.
Do you see why people like
the character work? I can see it's like one of those stories where like I don't know why I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
Because like it's pretty like like not like crazy things are happening necessarily, but I'm still intrigued.
Sal, she's reading Forest Maid, second book of the Soldier Son trilogy.
Yeah, it's a very interesting world concept where like each son has to fulfill the role of his father if he's like if he's like of a normal class. So if like you're a son of a cobbler, then your destiny is to grow up to be a cobbler. But like if you're nobility, their first son is the heir, and their second son's the soldier son, and the third son's the priest, and then the fourth son's a scholar, and so on. So this follows like the soldier son of like the nobility of his new nobility. So like there in the background, there's like these politics within the empire where the new king, who's trying to like separate himself from the failure of his father, has been appointing new nobility from the military, and that's so this is the soldier son of a new nobility. So like there's like all these like conflicts between the old nobility and the new nobility, and at the same time there's also conflicts between the empire and like the indigenous people of the land that they're taking over. So like that's the part that like I'm really interested in, but then like I could do without all the you're horrible because you're fat stuff.
If y'all like sci-fi and are not subscribed to Mike's channel here, you are foolish, because
Indeed.
I think Mike only reads sci-fi, at least like is almost entirely sci-fi. So it is the sci-fi place to go. So y'all should check that out if you haven't already.
If you want an even more obscure Always Sunny reference that I have clothing attire for, I have a Razorback Razorback t-shirt like thing, whatever, that says feminist AF, and it's from the Wade Boggs Ladies Reboot episode. For anyone that but Barbara Walters died. No,
that's sad. I really like Barbara Walters.
And I am Baba Waba. Please tell me you get the reference, Alan.
I don't know where that impression came from, because I always remember it was like SNL, because like I know I grew up hearing that, and then I actually heard like real Barbara Walters, and I'm like, she didn't sound anything like that. Yeah, she just
who was it that played her?
She just died, 93 years old.
She was 93?
She was indeed 93.
Why did I not realize she was that old?
I mean, I didn't realize that either, but she was 93.
Damn. Yes, Gilda Radner, there you go.
I'm waiting for someone to be... What did she die of? She's 93. That's what she died of. She died of being 93.
last year, around, right before the new year, we lost the great Betty White. Now it's Barbara Walters.
She was also 90-something.
She was 99. She was going to be 100. Because they were planning a whole, like, big Betty White's 100th birthday thing.
Sad times.
She was good at her job. Back when, like, news anchors or, like, investigative reporters, any of them were good at their job. So yeah,
it's really pouring down still. I'm surprised.
Sorry. Is it super distracting? Because I can mute myself.
No, it's not distracting. I'm just surprised that it's still raining.
Yeah, it started raining harder. That's the one. This is the one that I know. Sherry O'Terry's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rain. If y'all hear it, that's why. Like, the reason the sunroom sold me on this house is because we couldn't, like, I didn't have a screened-in back patio. So when it stormed, it's way too dangerous to be outside on the back patio. So and during the day, I mean, you don't go out if it's winter, but in the summer, there's too many lizards, like way too many lizards and frogs, like completely, like you can't. And so I set up a table in my garage so that I could listen to the rain or be out in nature. And, we couldn't park a car in the garage. So now I have this, but it's a really flippin' loud, which is fine when I'm reading.
It's good old white noise, natural white noise.
What?
It's a natural white noise.
It doesn't rain anymore. So loud.
Oh, okay.
I guess we have to entertain ourselves, talk amongst ourselves.
How's your book going?
It's starting to get, well, I mean, it's starting to get really good. I've been intrigued, and now I'm like, oh, I'm starting to start to piece things together. I'm like, oh, this is getting exciting. And then just I just got done. It's basically a bunch of little short stories all interconnected and stuff. And the one that I just read was really oddly touching. So but also about a very overt criticism on capitalism and power structures and stuff like that. So
nice. I've been failing at short stories. I think I get distracted. I'll finish a story and then I'll put it down and then I never pick it back up again.
I don't know if I should confess this on the internet, but I've been technically reading the short story collection Bleed Into Me by Stephen Graham Jones for literally the past 6 months. I just cannot get myself to read stories from that collection. It's just they're not compelling me, and I love Stephen Graham Jones. So
yeah, sometimes my mood will shift mid-book and I'll put it down and I'm like, I'm not going to pick you back up until my mood shifts again. Who knows how long that will be.
So to answer your question, oddly enough, I had a random poll that I put on my YouTube community tab thing, asking people's which one do you think is your favorite It's Always Sunny episode? And they're really just some of my favorite episodes, and I just wanted to get others' opinions. So I'm actually going to pull that up because I want to make sure that I am true to myself because I have the terrible memory. Let's see. So Nightman Cometh is obviously always great. And then Flowers for Charlie, which is a play on Flowers for Algernon. Great episode. The Gang Beats Boggs Ladies reboot, obviously. But I think my absolute utter favorite episode is Mac and Dennis Move to the Suburbs. Absolutely hysterical. I cannot hear a smoke detector beeping from the low battery the same way ever again. It's so good. The dance off is great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotta pay the troll toll. So great.
Gosh, I can't believe tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
I know, right? Oh yeah.
I never do anything for New Year's Eve. So, yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, our parents would let us stay up and we would just get pots and just bang them together to rein in midnight, the new year. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I just want to go to bed. It's 9:30. It's time for bed.
Yeah, I sleep through the new year.
Yeah. I used to get really mad when I didn't have plans on New Year's. My friends were all lame, or when people try to go to sleep for New Year's. And now I do not care at all. I'm like, I'm not staying up. I mean, I'll be up anyway, but I usually miss the New Year now. I'm like, oh, I guess we missed it. Whoops.
Well, So, passed out. That's me.
And I am, like I told Evie, Charmaine, at 12:01 on January 1st, I am putting in my StreamYard for December 31, 2023 of my New Year's Eve live stream. So I can get in before everyone else who freaking puts theirs in. Like, I can never do like a New Year's Eve live stream because like everyone is always like, oh, I got New Year's Eve live stream. I'm like,
I'll join.
Good.
That's who you test the loyalty of Alexander.
Putting mine up first. Anyway.
Speaking of short story collections, have you made any more progress in the paper menagerie, Alan?
I should have gotten this reading slump. That's what got me out of the last reading slump, which was reading short stories, like some academic exercises and Lovecraft and paper menagerie. And I didn't do that this time. Oh, mostly because I was in rehab. I was in like the hospital and stuff, and so I didn't have access to all my books.
You said you had 2 stories left in academic exercises, right?
Yes, because the last one is Purple and Black, which
you've already read.
Which I've already read, yeah.
Oh, so you technically only need 1 then?
No, I have 2, then Blue and
Gotcha. Okay. So here's my proposal.
Okay.
No pressure since this is live on the internet. Whenever you finish that, and the sooner you finish it, if you want to buddy read Father of Lies slowly, we can do that.
Now, are you talking about like actually doing that slowly, or are you going to read the whole thing?
No, I do short stories slowly. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, that's totally cool because, like I said, I have to get.
I mean, I know you still have to do the other one, but like, I don't know if you want to like focus on one and then, or if you.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I've read all the novellas in there, so any of the novellas, I don't need to read again. That's the one that has Downfall of the Gods. What are the other ones? Let me look it up. This is the one. This is the collection I actually know the least about. And the problem is, freaking KJ Parker always picks really like non-unique titles for his books or for a lot of his stuff. And he's always I always have to type in Parker in addition to the title to get it up. Because if I type in The Inside Man, I'm not going to get him. If I type in Father of Lies, I'm not going to get him. Typing Under My Skin did not pull it up. The only thing that'll pull him up is The Folding Knife. That's it.
On Goodreads or?
Yeah, well, I'm looking up on Goodreads or Amazon.
Hi, Thiago.
Wow, freaking Under My Skin's like 200 pages longer than this one, or I guess 150 pages. So this one has Downfall of the Gods. Okay, The Devil You Know. That's the second Salininus book. Okay, so those are the 2. It only has 2 novellas. Downfall of God. Oh, nope. Last Witness, which is a weird. The Last Witness is a weird novella. Like, it didn't make me feel good. Like, I felt icky after it's just weird.
But was that the intent?
Yeah, oh, it definitely was. But it was really unnerving. Downfall of the Gods, Last Witness, Devil You Know. And they're back to back to back. So there are 3 novellas, and they're back to back to back.
Okay.
Do you want to do it the same way, like by publication order?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Because he has 2 that are from 2013, and it goes all the way through 2018.
Yeah, sure. And I just requested the new novella or the new bind up on.
Oh, Under My Skin on NetGalley?
Yeah. So if they approve it, we can
do both. Let's do that one. Heck yeah. Okay, so this is my copy of. Look,
the brick.
Most people hate this. I love this. This is how I read every Malazan book every time I read it. Was one of these beasties. By the time this is over, everyone, you can go ahead and look at this now. I'm going to show you this book.
Oh, cracks and
let's go ahead and take a look at. Oh yeah, yellow from sweat, or like oil, and like this. I don't have a Memories of Ice cover on any of my Memories of Ice books because this is going to fall off.
I'm not on my phone, so I can't.
Yep, Tiago's here.
But don't test me.
And so Christina has the big old hardback. I've got this one.
His and her copies. There you go.
Let's compare the size. She can come over here. Look at this.
Nice hardcover. With the end pages on the hardcover. So nice.
How many pages is yours? Mine is, oh yeah, I love how they smudge, Matt. Mine is, this book is 1,252 pages. That's obscene. Yours is 1,001. Obscene.
You're gonna read that.
I'm just so excited for. I was gonna. I'm just excited to hear your rant about how repetitive he is.
Sure.
And what he's going to be repetitive about.
And I do that in every one of my Mistborn book reviews, even though I really like that trilogy, because when he's doing what I want him to be doing, I think it's great. And then he does things that I don't want him to do, and I'm like, do you not have any friends to tell you this is annoying? Like, don't you have a team of people to be like, hey, this is annoying, stop. Like, stop. Because I can't believe that people read it and don't think it's repetitive. I don't know. I just didn't know what taking midnight Chick-fil-A. Yeah, we're gonna review it together too.
So Alan, I think you should do the Hero of Ages review and just post it for your patrons.
No, I'm gonna post it live and let people get mad. But like, it's hot takes. It's got hot takes for Charmaine.
We definitely read different books because you love the book I hate, and I love the book you thought was okay.
Wait, what book does Alan love that you hate, Charmaine?
I hate Well of Ascension.
Oh,
it was my least favorite of the three.
Yeah, and Hero of Ages is my least favorite.
I didn't even like The Final Empire, so I guess there we go.
Anitha, people need to get over themselves. Like,
I mean, I think people know Sanderson. I think I even heard Sanderson fans say that he's repetitive.
People just need to get over it. Like, sorry if Sanderson can do no wrong. Like, sorry.
But isn't like Stormlight Archive supposed to be like better? Like,
what I hear. I mean, that's what I hear. I don't know. Most people that I know that I talk to like Stormlight. It's their favorite of his series. Most of what I hear.
That novella.
But I think it is unjust on the internet that people can't not like Brandon Sanderson. Like, I understand why people wouldn't like him. Yeah. I do. I like him, but I understand why people wouldn't. And it's just stupid to say. And the problem is they're the ones who are also mad about gatekeeping in like more cerebral series or whatever. They don't like people gatekeeping, and like it's when people are mad at elites that are being elitist themselves. It's like you are ridiculous. Like, you can like fantasy and not like Sanderson. You can also like fantasy and not like Tolkien. That's also loud.
Yeah, I don't like when people say like, you're not a fantasy reader unless you read this series.
Yes, I am. Look at my spreadsheet.
Exactly. So, do you know how many different fantasy books there are in the world? And you say, I have to read these 10 series.
So it's like you can even like comic books and not like the Marvel movies. Like, you can like movies and not like the Marvel movies. Like, I anxiously awaited every Marvel movie for 10 years since Iron Man 1. Now I cannot stand seeing another commercial for another stupid Marvel movie or stupid TV show. I do not care
the same thing. They're all the same thing. It's just different character, copy paste. So
I mean, they found a formula that works, and I understand it, but it's not my thing anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't even like all the ones that were before Endgame. But it's not. I just don't understand why people gotta be so nasty if people don't like something. It's like, who cares? Me not liking it doesn't stop you from liking it. I'm not your boss, and if you think I am, then do the things that I say. And the first thing I say is shut up. Quit giving me lip. Fall in.
Yeah. So I think the fear, which I know you already know this, Ellen, but I think the fear is that people are like, oh, if somebody doesn't like this, especially on Booktube, is like if someone hears someone say that they don't like this book and this is why, that people might not read the book because of something that someone said.
Sure, except that no one has the power to stop people from reading Brandon Sanderson.
I know.
He's a perpetual motion machine.
I know.
That is true. Yeah. When it comes to self-published books and lesser known books and first-time authors, that's not Stephen King's problem. That's not Brandon Sanderson's problem. That's not any of the dead authors' problem. You know what I mean? Tolkien doesn't give a crap if I like his book or not. He doesn't. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Is that sarcasm, Aaron? I feel like that's sarcasm.
I didn't like Addie LaRue, and that didn't stop V. Schwab for having
Thank you, Charmaine. I'm not the only one. Hated that book.
No, Angela also doesn't like it. So.
Thank you.
Kevin, shocker.
Kevin, we're still in the middle of that argument that you started, but you just dropped a match and left.
Yes.
No sexy times in books.
We're gonna gatekeep that anti-sexy time. Yes, Sarah.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
Sarah has joined our cause, Evie.
Yes.
And
so I originally gave The Final Empire 3 stars, but that was before my that was when I was being more generous with my ratings. Now it's 2. It would be 2 if I read it now.
Now see, I completely disagree because I loved The Final Empire. But guess what? Who cares? Who cares if I disagree? You not liking Final Empire does not mean that I didn't like it.
Listen. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's Brandon Sanderson. So,
yes. And if we can survive the great civil war of Rage of Dragons, it proves friendships can surpass not liking the same book.
This year? Sorry?
Huh?
I am. If it comes out, I'm just waiting for it to actually come out.
It's supposed to come out 2023, theoretically.
Yes. I'm excited. I really liked Fires of Vengeance.
Yeah, and this is the thing that the hardcore fans, because Malism fans do this too, not fans like Kev, who is awesome, but seriously, people who literally will listen to me talk for 30 minutes on a video, and the only comment they have to say is oh, you pronounced this wrong. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. You know who doesn't care about pronouncing stuff wrong? Steven Erickson. You know how I know that? He told me when I met him in person. That's how I know. So
yeah, he probably just cares if you buy and read his books.
Correct. And what they don't understand is that the Sando fans and I'm using Malism fans as an example, but there are other there are fandoms, people like this in a lot of fandoms. They don't understand.
Blank fandom. It doesn't matter. Just insert blank.
You're doing a disservice. You're making people not want to read it. You think that being mean to you know what? Someone was mean to me on the internet. Change my mind. You know what? I was wrong.
I was wrong. You're right. I did like that thing that I said I didn't like. Why are people such morons? Like I don't understand why people get in front of a keyboard and all of a sudden become, oh my gosh, freaking keyboard warriors.
They make these books. They make what they like their identity.
Oh yeah. And without fail, they all write, "Oh, I hate stupid people." Like, what do you mean you hate stupid people? You're stupid. Like, shut up. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Yes. Jimmy and Bengus liked Fires of Vengeance.
They did. I anticipated.
Did you unhaul Fire of Vengeance?
No, I haven't. No. I plan to read it. Charmaine, maybe that's 2024 Charmaine series I read.
Maybe.
I know. And guess what? I pronounced it wrong in front of Steven Erickson repeatedly. I agree. This I do agree. I want to let him know next time I talk to him. Anyway. Oh crap! We talked for longer than we read.
Did we?
Only we talked for 31 minutes. Well, no, I guess we read for 35. But I usually try not to talk for 30 minutes. Whose fault is this? Charmaine's?
It's Kev. It's Kev. We'll blame Kevin. But it is
the gatekeeper's fault.
It is 10 o'clock for me, which is way past my bedtime, so I'm gonna drop. So thank you for letting me join.
Bye, Evie. Thanks.
You guys have a good night.
Bye.
So I will probably call this also Charmaine because it's really freaking loud, and I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. So thank you for joining me, guys. Everyone in the Chizette, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
I hope you learned a lot of things today. That Charmaine, about the lesson that Charmaine's book is teaching you. The lesson that my book is teaching you. So hopefully you've learned a lot. Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. Bye, Charmaine.
Bye.